Hi, I'm John Maxwell. When the top companies in the world are looking for trainers, speakers, and coaches, there's one name that stands above the rest, and that's Maxwell Leadership. Our certified team members have gotten proven results for companies all over the globe, and our reputation, I'm proud to say, is second to none. Some of our members have risen to the top of their profession, including the one you're going to meet today. I proudly introduce you to my friend Bob Fabian Zinka.
Welcome to the Leadership and Success Podcast with your host, Coach BZ. If you need to develop into a better leader, this podcast is for you. If you want to achieve a greater level of success, this podcast is for you. His mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell, said it best: everything rises and falls on leadership. We hope to inspire you today and provide you with an insight that has the potential to positively impact the trajectory of your life. Welcome to the Leadership and Success Podcast.
Hi everyone, this is Coach BZ AI. We decided to provide you a bonus episode for Season 4, Episode 10, Inspiration from the Daily Voyage and the Charted Course, How Process and Navigation Forge Great Leaders. Yesterday, we covered the third and fourth laws of Dr. John C. Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. The law of process: leadership develops daily, not in a day. And the law of navigation: anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. Mary and Joe AI mentioned 3 inspirational short videos related to the law of process. As Dr. John C. Maxwell taught Commander Zinga, fail early, fail often, but always fail forward. Success and failure are 2 sides of the same coin. We will play for you the 3 inspirational short videos that were mentioned in the podcast yesterday related to finding success through failure by practicing the law of process. Your success is found in your daily routine. First, we will have Will Smith and Denzel Washington expand on Papa Maxwell's quote about failing early, failing often, but always failing forward. Next, we will have his Airness. Michael Jordan expand on how he became the NBA GOAT, the greatest of all times, by embracing failure to extraordinary success. Finally, we have Serena Williams expand on Maya Angelou timeless poem, Still I Rise. Through failure, still I rise. Through adversity, still I rise. Through obstacles, still I rise. We hope you get inspired by this bonus podcast episode of Season 4, Episode 10, Inspiration from the Daily Voyage and the Charted Course, How Process and Navigation Forge Great Leaders. Coach BZ will be back here on this platform tomorrow morning, Sunday, June 22nd at 6:30 a.m. PT, 9:30 a.m. ET for Season 4, Episode 12, Leading with Sound Judgment, 6 Questions for Cyber and Military Leaders. See you then. Thank you for trusting us to be part of your professional development and leadership journey. We can't wait to connect with you live on the next episode of the Leadership and Success Podcast with Coach BZ and help fuel your next chapter of growth.
There's a misconception about failing. You have to fail a lot. Yeah. You know, you have to fail early, you have to fail often, and you have to fail forward.
Fall forward. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? You hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're gonna get a haircut. So you will catch a break. And I did catch a break. Do you have the guts to fail?
If you're not willing to fall on your face, you can't create at a high level.
To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
I have to tell each and every one of you that it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. The ride for me was not and has not been easy, and maybe your ride won't be easy. But I'm not standing here because I just kind of cruised on, but I've had my shares of ups and downs. I've had many struggles. I've had blood clots in both my lungs at the same time, and I lived through tragedies and controversies. I've had people look past me because of the color of my skin. I've had people overlook me because I was a woman. I had critics say I will never win another Grand Slam when I was only at number 7, and now here I stand today with 21 Grand Slam titles, and I'm still going. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me with the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Just like moon and suns with the certainty of tides, just like hopes and springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. From a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into the daybreak that's wonderfully clear, I rise. I am the dream and the hope of a slave, I rise, I rise, I rise.
Thank you for listening to the Leadership and Success Podcast with your host, Coach BZ. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to our channels and come back for more wisdom nuggets on how you may develop into a better leader and achieve greater levels of success. Leadership is the most critical skill. The world will always need leaders to lead others, deploy the next disruptive technology, or execute a business strategy. You may as well decide on counting yourself among the 21st century leaders. See you right here next time on the Leadership and Success Podcast with Coach BZ.